How about another round for Brewsday Tuesday? Here is Drez and Huck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Brewsday Tuesday. I'm sitting here in studio with my man Huck from HucksBeerBuzz.com, and in case you didn't hear that pop, we're round two of Brewsday Tuesday, man.
Beer number two.
Beer number two. Sticking with the pills theme, though, right?
Yeah, this one you can make fun of this one. Mama's Little Yellow Pills.
That's no joke. That's actually what the beer is called.
Oscar Blues, one of my favorite breweries.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. Mama's Little Yellow Pills, Oscar Blues Brewery. Where's I see right here.
Brevard, North Carolina.
Brevard, North Carolina. You ever been out there?
Oh, yeah, I've been there several times. Great place, really nice tasting room. They give tours. You usually have this guy that makes these pretzels with jalapenos and cheese and different stuff, maples, and syrup, and all embedded in the pretzels.
Eventually, we might need to take Brewsday Tuesday on the road.
We're definitely going to do that.
And start doing, because that sounds like I need a freaking pretzel, man. I'm such a pretzel fanatic.
We got amazing. 4 of them when I went with my wife, brother-in-law, and his wife, and we all just shared them all around the car. There was pretzel mess on the ceiling, on the radio, on, of course, all the controls. It was terrible.
Oh, man, that sounds great, though.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love it, man.
So, they have a band a lot of times. So it's a good place.
So Oscar Blues, Mama's Little Yellow Pills. I got to give them an A for creativity on this one for sure. You know, I love the puns. I love a good punny beer.
I don't know that I did this on purpose, but it appears like I got them in order of which was best.
Ooh, yeah. Wait a minute, best. Which way are you saying? Best to worse, or are we getting better?
Worst
or are we
to best.
worse?
I think we're getting better.
I think we're getting better too. That's why I was surprised you said that.
Really liking this. I'm really liking this beer.
Yeah, this does taste good, man. As soon as I sipped it, it's not. You know, it's got a similar color to the last one, like you said. The Pilsners, they generally have that light golden brown. But man, it's got a whole different flavor to it. It's a lot smoother. It's got let me see what.
Yeah, see what you think.
Let me see what this note is.
I'm trying to bring us in here. You know, this is our third show, so I'm trying to bring us in to get us a baseline, if you will. We're going to drink some common, normal beers.
The normal styles, and then we'll start getting the crazy
Probably
stuff.
by
Although the first one you brought me Huck's figgy pudding. So.
Huck makes beer crazy. Okay, we were still high from Christmas, so we're gonna bring in a bunch of styles that everybody can trace, people are familiar with, and then we'll start getting crazy. Maybe mid-spring into summer we'll really get crazy, and a lot of good beers are going to come out at the end of spring.
That's the other thing. A lot of beer is seasonal,
right?
So of course with each season we'll have to tap into.
You know, maybe one of my beer buddies will bring us some Dark Lord Day is coming up there. You know, at Three Floyds. We got some beers coming out in the next month and a half. So people, you know, I'll reimburse you. I'm sure the radio station probably come up with some free movie tickets or something for your $400 beer that you bring us.
But while you're talking about new beers coming out, I know that we kind of touched on this a little bit in the first Brewsday Tuesday, but to go back to it, you know. For these pills, I mean, I know you were talking about fermenting top and bottom, and you said that the
temperature matters too.
Temperature, like the colder, the bottom ones take longer. For a pills like this, how long do you think it would take to brew a batch of this?
Well, I know that the major brewers are brewing their beers. They're fermenting 3 weeks to a month. You know, so I'd say, you can make an ale, and it's alcohol content, which I actually didn't look, but 5.3. So there's alcohol content. This will probably be fermentation 3 weeks to a month. Okay. I don't know that.
So that's kind of
somebody will probably correct us if we're wrong.
Is that about basic right there?
Yeah, I mean, I run my beers like a regular beer. I'll ferment initial fermentation for 5 days, and then I'll throw it back in, and at the end of 2 weeks total, I usually put it in the keg. Unless like I'm working on a triple right now. And it's not out of fermentation yet. It'll probably be another week before I pull it.
A triple?
Yeah, it's another style. We'll bring that one day.
Ooh, looking forward to it.
I'll bring mine. It's called La Fin du Monde. I'll bring it plus a bottle of La Fin du Monde. It's a clone. And we can taste those side by side. But back to the pills.
Yeah, let's get back to the pills. Mama's Little Yellow Pills is what we're sipping on now. Like I said, clever name. Brewery, I don't know if I've ever even heard of Oscar Blues, to tell you the truth. This is probably my first beer I've ever had from there.
Well, they were one of the original breweries, in the craft beer movement, very early adopter. Dale, there's Dale's Pale Ale, and the owner's name is Dale. And they're in Boulder, Colorado, Really cool. Went there 7 years ago.
Oh, so I remember you talking about. So, so this is like an offshoot of Dale's
This is
Pale.
yeah. They just expand. The transportation is the main cost for shipping beer. It's so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the breweries are coming from the east to the west to the east. Sorry, and vice versa, I guess. But they're coming here to build breweries to distribute to the east. And they were distributing, but the beer took a while to get here. It's expensive to move. So if they can bring it here and ship it shorter distances, it's better. So they're one of many. Stone's coming to Richmond. Green Flash is here.
So do they usually change the name of the brewery to make it like an offshoot, or so Dale's Pale Ale is from Oscar Blues,
right?
They just have a new
right. This is a Brevard. Anheuser-Busch has 12 breweries in the United States. So, I mean, and they all make. And hopefully, this is maybe a good example of just to talk about the difference between the big beers and the little beers. Is let's see these guys. We should maybe try to get one made in Colorado later on for another show. Maybe we'll do some beers and test them against themselves.
That would be
Let's
great.
Taste test you against you.
Yeah, because that is one of the things. Because with different batches. Different places, there's so many factors that go into how a beer is going to taste.
Let's see if craft beer can stand up to the consistency test.
Yeah, even if it's the same recipe, there's so many factors that go into it. You could probably talk more about it than I can, but each batch will taste a little bit different until you can get it locked down so tight that it's consistent. Which is what is ideal. You want it to have a consistent flavor, but I've definitely had a beer where I loved it, and then I went back for more, and I was just like, this is not as good as I remember.
And in fairness, that can be storage, that can be shipping, that can be
there's many factors.
Dirty glass, dirty waitress. Sorry, I didn't say that.
But yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into how a beer can taste, no doubt.
Exactly.
All right.
And that was tasting good both directions.
And on that note, how are we feeling about the Mama's Little Yellow Pills? You said you want me to rate it first.
Do you want to do that?
I'm fine with that.
Right?
I'm fine with that because you've done it the last few times, and I tend to steal your rating. Seems like we have similar rating palettes. Let's see if we can match up on this one. Similar, same to the other beer. This is one of those just kind of a light golden, good, easy drinking beer. I'm gonna give them at least a half a point for the name because it is kind of funny. Mama's Little Yellow Pills. Nice. I do like the puns. And it's smooth. It tastes good. This one is, I think this might be my first 4 on Brewsday Tuesday. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.
Well, then now I'm the one feeling all bent out of shape and hurt.
You're gonna steal
butt hurt because I'm a 4. I'm like, damn it, Drez.
We just have similar rating pals, man. If a beer's decent, and this is a solid.
I like the way this beer is. It's the mouthfeel has a little difference. It's kind of effervescent. You get that?
Effervescent?
Yeah, it's got.
You might need to define that word. I've heard that word before, but what exactly do you mean by it being
foamy?
Oh, foamy?
Now, the foam is tickling my tongue when I take this drink, but it's a nice full beer. I'm just going, I'm still the little bubbles are all in there.
See, I don't know. Maybe I'm just pounding it down.
Yeah,
I'm not savoring the flavor.
I got a
as
full
much
glass,
as I should.
and yours looks empty. I don't know.
I'm not totally empty. It's getting down there, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to start bringing more beer. I think. I don't know.
That is a good beer, man. I'm gonna give him a solid 4. Oscar Blues, first 4 on Brewsday Tuesday. Maybe we'll get a 5 one day. I kind of doubt it. I don't throw out 5s left and right. But once again, this is our rating system is on Untapped. If you want to follow us, Huck's Beer Buzz on Untapped, Drez Drinks. And by the way, Huck here also does a beer blog, hucksbeerbuzz.com. Talk a little bit about your beer blog, man. What all do you have on your website for people to check out?
Well, mostly I go places, like I go to a city and I'll drink beer at all the places that have good beer, and then I'll write about where to go. And I haven't really written as much as I should lately, and I've kind of moved to more of a video blog.
Mm-hmm. It's the way of the world.
It's hard to write, My wife edits it, and then she gets in, she yells at me, "You can't spell, you can't do grammar," which is true. So, as long as I'm saying it, nobody really notices as much. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Did you use big words like what was it again?
Effervescence.
Effervescence.
Yeah.
So pretend like
that's
spell it.
If you can't, factor out, I can't even say. If you can't fool them with the facts and you baffle them with the what.
Oh,
BS.
Yes.
So I'm good at the baffling side. But yeah, so I just try to tell people where to go, good places to go drink beer, and I try to be positive. So I try not to. I don't go out and bang on people and say, "Oh, that beer's terrible" or "That restaurant's terrible." I just try to be honest,
look for the good
and
in
positive.
everything. Yeah.
There's good stuff everywhere.
Because some breweries and some stuff might not be the best, but there's always something good to look forward to, and I like to think you'd be honest on there about it too.
Right. Got to have your integrity.
So, have you been all over the nation?
Yeah, I go.
Or is it mostly East Coast, our
Mostly
region?
East Coast, but because of the Bloggers Conference, I've done Portland,
out
San
there.
Diego, Denver.
I'm jelly, man. You need to bring me along one of these times.
Oh, it's fun. And then, we did Boston. We've done, and when you do, like, say, Boston, for example, we went to New Hampshire and Maine. Good beer in Maine.
Oh,
Allagash.
yeah.
Oh, good
Dude,
brewery.
you have to. They have to have good
So-
beer in Maine. To
so-
live in Maine, you got to be having something to look
That's
forward
what else
to.
you got,
man. Nothing.
I don't even think you have really grizzly bears or anything fun. So, but the wife and I went. We stopped like at Trogs in Pennsylvania on the way through. So we'll actually, if I'm driving somewhere, I'll stop on the way at different breweries or. I like multi-tap bars. I like bars with a good selection. And regionally, you get a lot of regional beers. Like there's a place in Chicago called Bixby's, and he had 16 taps, and out of those 16 taps, he had 15 beers I hadn't had.
I'm going to be here a while.
I'm at 2,500 beers. So if you got 15 beers I haven't had out of 16 taps, you're doing pretty good.
Damn good.
You're really selecting some odd beers or some new beers or some significant beers. So I really like drinking. Really, that's what I go for. New beer. I want a new beer everywhere I go.
That's what I'm in the same boat, man. Anytime I go in somewhere that has a lot of taps, I'm always looking for one to try. And
well, that could be our road trip. Raleigh's got a bar 360 taps, most in the world.
Dude, I was just in Raleigh, and my friends were going. You're talking about Worlds,
something, yeah.
Worlds, I can't remember, but yeah, 300 some taps, and I wanted to go so bad, but I had to get back. But yeah, that sounded just up my alley, man.
Sounds like a road trip,
dude. All right, we'll
fill
bring
out that requisition form for the travel voucher.
We'll bring Brewsday Tuesday on the road, man. That sounds like a good time. Well, Huck, I always appreciate you coming in, man. Bringing the pills this time, it was pretty good. I might throw back a couple more of Mama's little yellow
some
pills.
Left, as
got
usual.
a little bit pill, but right now we'll take a break. HucksBeerBuzz.com, Huck's Beer Buzz on at Huck's Beer Buzz on the Twitter.
That's correct.
Untapped, it's all the same. And Drez Drinks, if you want to see me on Untapped, we'll do another Brewsday Tuesday next week.
Facebook too, so you can...
Facebook, all that good stuff. Yeah, we were just friends the other day on Facebook.
There are a lot of pictures up there.
Facebook. But Brewsday Tuesday, wrapping it up. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more rock right here on The Bear.
Thanks, Jess.